this. All right, I think we're recording, guys. Okay, awesome. So I'm so excited for those of you who got on here tonight. It's a really big deal, and I know that this is somewhat short notice, but for those of you who, well, most of you are not diamonds yet, but will be soon, that happens a lot in the Diamond New Ambassador page. There's a lot of things that go on in the Diamond Chat and the Diamond New Ambassador page where there is a lot of like spur of the moment stuff, things you can hop on. And so I apologize if it's like short notice for some people. To be honest with you, a lot of times when we throw these in there and we give people like a 4-day notice, 2 people will hop on. And like, honestly, guys, I look at this 90-day run group as a specific group of people who you guys have said, like, I want this, I'm all in, let's do it. I'm going to find a way to make this happen. I'm going to make it a priority. So when I throw in a Zoom, I love that you're making this a priority, because honestly, when we started, Zoom wasn't really like this wasn't really like a thing that happened all the time. Okay. So I really just want to, express to you guys that some people are super successful in this business, and they have not one upline, not one leader, not one sideline helping them. They just do it and get it done. So that's not to say like, oh my gosh, I'm awesome. It's to say that when we reach our hands out, if you don't grab them and you don't run with the help we're giving you, I can only do so much. And although my job title is to be there to lead you and help you, and that's what your leaders' jobs are, we are not here to drag you. And so we are only going to be able to do so much. You have to do for yourself. And I love the fact that Jade has this September to Remember page that we're in. Guys, we're only, unless there's nothing that I know differently than you at this point, but we're only in that page with Jade for like 30 days. After that, Jade doesn't exist in our world anymore. And it's a really that she actually lets, hold on, let me get out of my Facebook thing before all of a sudden it's making all this noise and it's making me mad. After that 30 days is up, then we're back to, and it's not like we have amazing leadership anyway in there, but the fact that we get to learn from a different ambassador who teaches her team differently. And if you have not been on, she does a power hour Monday through Friday at 10-11 Eastern time, which, you know, a few people have expressed is late, but you have to understand there's also West Coast people. And I would go with a couple days a week. Those power hours are sort of like Zooms where people will get on and they'll be like guest speakers, and they'll sort of like just tell you and pour into you and tell that their testimony, what they do. They're supposed to be like an hour where like you're literally getting tasks to do. Okay. So if you can get on those, and be a little bit tired the next day, do that. If you work super early, like you have to get up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, there are still people that have to get up at that time that are getting on those Zooms. But if that is not conducive to your lifestyle, then if you can utilize Montana's 30 minutes at noon, if you're at work when that's happening, you're going to have to carve out time here and there to be able to work this business, because you can honestly not be in a 90-day run and say, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything for my business today. Then you are not running. Like, running means not stopping. Like, you don't make excuses that you were at a soccer game. You don't make excuses that you were sick, because that's the beauty of this business, is that you're sick on your couch and you have your phone in your hand. Like, I feel like every time I hear that excuse from somebody sideline or on our team that, oh my gosh, I had the sniffles, I couldn't work my business today. I literally see somebody post bitching and moaning on Facebook where they're like, I'm so mad I have to get up for work tomorrow. Like, I can't breathe. My throat is closed shut. I have a sinus infection. I have a fever, but I got to go to work anyway because my boss won't let me have the time off. And if I don't go, I'm going to be screwed because I need the money. Guys, you literally have unlimited income at your disposal. Like, it's right here. But some of you are not taking advantage of it. Some of you are making excuses. And I don't want this to sound like I'm yelling at you, because in all honesty, my business runs whether yours does or not. Okay, there are 400 plus people on our team, and it's growing by the day of people that want this. So please don't feel like you're failing if you can't get on that power hour at 11 o'clock. You just have to make sure that you're carving out moments throughout your day where you're doing something for your business, okay? And this is supposed to be fun, but honestly, a 90-day run, guys, should not feel like a breeze. It shouldn't be like a stroll in the park. It wasn't a stroll in the park when I went diamond. It wasn't a stroll in the park when I went double. It's not going to be a stroll in the park when you do that. And it's not going to be like that when you guys get to ambassador like we will. Like it's work. And it's supposed to be work because God's not going to bless you with things that are just going to fall into your lap. Okay? Life is just not that easy. You have to pick your hard. Is your hard going to be that you have to tell your kids no, that you can't do this, A, B, and C, that you can't take your kids on a vacation, that you literally have to still work that job you hate? Is it going to be that you are behind on bills? Like whatever your hard is, that's going to be there. Or you can choose to find that extra income and really work this so that this can supplement some of that. Like I tell Vonnie all the time because I love how she has told me that since she's like started making a paycheck with this business for like the last year, this business, the check has paid her car payment. Do you realize there are people that don't have vehicles in this world and like this business is paying her car payment? I'm like, girl, you need to shout that from the rooftops because there are people that literally cannot even get a car and afford a car payment. And that is awesome that that's doing that. I feel like a lot of people get into this business and people don't see that like quick money. And they're like, oh, well, it's not really paying me much. I mean, it's $50. Okay, well, guess what? If you're making $50 from your phone, that's awesome. Because there are people on Facebook all day long, on Instagram all day long, on Snapchat all day long, and they're not making money. So if you're making even $50, that's awesome. Okay, like let's think about and break down what people actually try to make money doing. Like people will save cans. Like we still save freaking cans and put them out in our garage. And then when we get like a crap ton of them, Jake will like literally load the back of the truck up and take it to the like whatever, I don't know what it's called, the scrapyard or something, and you get paid for that stuff. Think about how much time people put into like the stuff they do to get a little tiny bit of money, when if you just really apply the little stuff we're teaching you and work it into your everyday lifestyle, you can make a good amount of money. I mean, it's incredible, okay? So I'm going to definitely have Amanda Thatcher at some point jump in here. I'm not going to get you on now, but I want you to be thinking about some stuff that maybe you want to say. Things that like, you know, like I'm going to be honest, guys, as a leader with 400 plus people on my team, things that go through my mind sometimes, like for real, okay? So I know that Amanda has stuff that like in her mind, just like Nicole, just like all of you, that you want to say to people on your team that sometimes is not the best thing to say. But in these situations, in this type of environment, I really want us to get real. I want us to be super honest. I want you guys to express fears. And like, that would be my first question for you guys. I want you to type in the chat right now what one thing is that's like, that scares you about this 90-day run. Like, what is one thing that Jade or Jeree or we have told you or recommended for you to do, or something that you feel like you're struggling with? I want you to put it in the chat, whether that's finding time, going live, anything. I want you to put it in the chat, because as I'm going through this, I'm going to address that stuff. And it's also going to help spark things for me to like talk to you about. But I want to bring Amanda on later and let her kind of speak from her heart. Nicole's going to be talking about some stuff, guys. And I really want to make this to where, as you guys are growing as emerging leaders, you guys get on here and express stuff too. Because like, as much as we do this for you, you guys are going to have a growing team. Like, if you guys actually, first of all, you have to believe that you deserve the rank you claimed. Guys, I literally have a planner. Okay, now I won this planner. Like, I love winning contests. I'm beyond red, like redder than fire. Okay, like, and this planner that I got is a passion planner. Honestly, if I wouldn't have won this in a contest, I would have just gone and gotten a planner like at Target, or you can, like, anything, guys. You can get them at the dollar store. All right. So if you don't have a planner yet that literally just has like a full calendar view, like, you should have like a month view. This is like for, this isn't this month, obviously, but like a month view where you can like put stuff in there, like calls and doctor's appointments and sip and samples and team meetings and whatever we have. Okay. Put that in there. And then you should have, like, it should have a spot where you can like break it down like by day or by like hour. Okay. This is a passion planner that I won and Noelle sent me, which I really love because I'm utilizing it. But you will not be able to get through a 90-day run or in general your business without some type of planner. And I'm going to tell you that the number one thing I hear from people is, I hear, well, I didn't, like, you feel like you're failing because you haven't enrolled anybody. Guys, if you pay attention, I'm pretty sure it was, time escapes me a lot, but I'm pretty sure it was like the middle towards the end of August, Jeree got into like the Black Diamond page and like said something and announcing how she got her first loyal of the month and hadn't enrolled any distributors, and it was like her first loyal customer. Guys, she's being very transparent because we get in this game of comparison where we're like, well, this person's doing this and this person's doing that and she's enrolled this and she's enrolled that. And yes, this business is based off of loyal customers and distributors. That is correct. That doesn't mean that what you're doing on an everyday basis is not building your business. When you sit there and do nothing for your business, you should feel like you failed for the day. Unless you have something you're going through and you just needed a day. Not saying we don't have those days. I'm not saying that you don't deserve a 2-hour or a 6-hour window where you're like, I'm checking out. Because Jade will even say, which I absolutely love, because I personally struggled when I did my last run. I personally struggled with mommy guilt. I only have one, but I struggle with mommy guilt. I struggled with wanting this business so bad for the biggest reason ever, like not making an excuse and not making Riley my excuse, but I struggled with balancing time with her, which was a lot of the time when there are Zooms and team meetings and sip and samples and appointments and wrap parties, and I struggled with that. And Jade literally got on, and I remember when Jade said this. Jade said from like when Levi gets home from like 4 to like 7 or 3 to 7, that's like Levi time. That's like her son's time. And I love how she was like, it is totally fine for you to have family time. That is 100% true. You do need to have those moments in your day. And sometimes it's just a lack of like being disciplined or like really be like, okay, Saturdays are my family day from like noon to 6. That's when we're going to do something. And I'm not even saying your life has to stop, guys, because like, let me be 100% honest with you and don't go and take this the wrong way. I watch TV, but I don't sit down and watch TV for like 6 hours and not pick up my phone. You'll hear people all the time say there's no BV in TV. That's 100% true. That's 100% true because most people can't have their phone in their hand and message people and respond to people and be productive while listening to something. I personally will go freaking nuts if I'm not listening to something, or if I don't have a movie playing in the background, or if I don't have music or self-development. I have to have something on. That dead silence makes me want to rip my eyeballs out of my head. So I'm always listening to something, but if you find that you are extremely distracted by that outside clutter, don't do it. If you need to be in a silent room, if that's what you need, then do that. And a lot of you work full-time jobs. So we got into the chat and we talked about how if you felt like a personal checklist for you based on your day would be helpful, we wanted you to respond. Most people did, not all did. And P.S., that 90-day run chat, like I am 100% serious with if you do not respond, if you go 24 hours without being in that chat, you're removed because you're not serious about your business. I mean, if I don't see your face pop up in there and at least see what's going on, you're not serious about your business. You can just hang out in Team Sutton and that's fine. But that 90-day run chat, if your face is not in there within 24 hours, like I'm not like a drill sergeant because I'm not your boss, but I take time away from my business and my family, what I'm doing, to get in there and put extra stuff beyond Team Sutton because you're all in Team Sutton, so you already see what's in there. Then you see what we put in the 90-day run chat, and then we're doing extra stuff beyond that. So if your face does not pop up in that 90-day run chat, and I have to literally reach out to you and be like, hey, can you respond? And you go, oh, I'm like, you're out. Like, I'm not doing it because I already put enough time into everything else. That chat is like specifically for people that are super serious. So that chat should not be annoying to you because you're serious about your business. You wouldn't go and tell your boss at work to stop sending you emails that is for your job if that was your job. So don't get annoyed by that chat. Your notifications should be on in the September to Remember page. Your notifications should be on in that chat. Do not silence that chat. Now, if you're at work and you can't have your phone on you, that's fine. But a lot of you actually can be on your phone while you're at work. And the ones of you that can are on it and you're actually doing something productive. Like Amanda says, a lot of times she actually gets more done when she's at work because she can be on her phone at certain times of the night because her kids aren't around. And like, that's another thing, guys. If your kids are around and you're using your kids as your excuse, you need to stop doing that. You need to carve out time. Like literally, it's okay to be sitting on your couch with your kids and be working. You shouldn't feel guilty about that. Now, I do believe that there should be family time, like I said, but please don't get in the habit of making them your excuse. Okay. So if you do not have a planner yet, get one. My point to the planner was when all of you announced your goals, I literally took it and I wrote down what you said, who's in the 90-day run, what your personality colors are, what you said your goals were at the end of September, them to be at the end of what you wanted them to be at the end of September and the end of this 90-day run. Okay. So I literally have those in here. So the first thing you have to do is actually believe that you're worthy of those goals. Because if you don't think that you're worthy of hitting those ranks, you never will. And I'm going to be honest with you. You just won't. And I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like a diamond way before I was a diamond. And that's because I was working my business like a diamond way before I was a diamond. I'm working my business like an ambassador as a double diamond. You have to work this business like you're already making the money you want to make right now. You can't wait till you're making it and then just be like, oh, it's fine. I'll just put in the work then, because you'll never get there. People don't get to places in life by putting the work in once they see the result. This is a business, guys. So first of all, if you have that little manifesto thing that Jade had you print out where you're supposed to write in your goal here and you're supposed to read this every day, most of you probably aren't reading this, okay? If you printed this out or if you can like bring it up, if you haven't printed it out yet, you should be literally reading this to yourself in the morning. Every time I get up in the morning, first of all, I have one in my notebook, like in my binder, okay? But I also have one taped in my hallway. So when I wake up in the morning, I will literally walk you through what my day looks like. But at some point in the morning when I'm walking into the bathroom or whatever, I read that. Because if you haven't read it yet, it's incredible, okay? I'm going to read it to you because I know that there's somebody on here who hasn't read this yet, okay? I'm going to have the perfect day. I am reliable and so smart. When I don't know what to do, I will find a way. This month is a clean slate for my life and for my business. Today I will be incredibly productive. I'm a mass recruiter of loyal customers and distributors. I am a loyal customer and distributor signing machine. My business is exploding. My team is full of rock stars. My team wants success as much as I do. My team is full of top income earners and top leaders. My volume is growing higher and higher. God will send the right people to me that need me. God will send me to the right people that also need me. He has everything lined up for me. God will continue to provide for me and bless my team and my business. I'm going to make a difference in someone's life today. I will sign somebody up every single day. I am positive. I am consistent. I am happier than I have ever been. I am always fired up. My team signs loyal customers and distributors all day long. My team is growing by the minute. Explosive growth is happening on my team right now. I am organized. I know that I am worthy of success and happiness. I have the right things to say. I have the right message to send. I have the right leadership behind me, and my team has my back. My wildest dreams are coming true. This is what God wants me to be doing, and I am inspiring. I am an amazing leader. I am an inspiration to so many. I am productive, and I am the best me. I am getting better every single day, and I make my family proud. I make my team proud. I am fearless. I am a diamond leader. And I have presidential leader in there. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Most of you don't believe that you can reach the goal that you actually threw out there. You picked a goal because you felt obligated to pick one. Sort of like when I went to college, I was like, well, I want to make a lot of money and I don't want to work nights and I don't want to work holidays. I don't want to work weekends. I'm going to have a family one day. This looks good. And I picked it. And I did it. That's one thing. I did do it. But I'm not doing it anymore. Okay? So if you just picked something and you really don't believe it, you really need to have it on your mirrors. You need to have it everywhere. You need to have it as a reminder. Because you guys, each and every one of you are worthy of exactly what you want. You can get to Ruby. You can get to Emerald. You can get to Diamond and Double and Triple and beyond. It starts with one. So if you're doing those daily tasks every day, even if you don't enroll somebody, guys, that's a successful day. Do not base your success off of only enrollments, okay? If you got up and you were positive and you're posting on Facebook and you're talking to your team and if you don't have a team, if you're being positive about how your team is coming, if you're building your network every day, if you're doing stuff every single day, that is success, okay? That also doesn't mean that you should sit there and be like, oh, it's okay. Like, no. Like, you should be doing things every day for your business, okay? So what we're going to do is the people who said they wanted an individual checklist, I'm going to make this a lot more responsibility on everybody else as opposed to people like the leaders having to chase you down. So this is what we're going to do. If you want a personalized checklist and you're actually ready at the end of this Zoom to like really run, I want you to private message your leader. If you're one of the leaders and you want help with building your own checklist, we can totally coordinate on like how to make that work, because guys, I am in constant contact with Noelle and Jeree and who else do I talk to daily? Jake talks to Chad daily. I talk to Autumn a lot. We talk to Misty once in a while. Guys, I'm in constant contact. And honestly, I would say I'm in more contact with Jess Paluzak, who's a triple, and Noelle Cruz, who is a presidential, because they are my accountability partners. I'm literally talking to them every single day. But it's to be accountable. So if you feel like you need an accountability partner, like you need someone to keep you in check and you need someone to like just talk to about your struggles and your wins, and you don't have that person, guys, if there's somebody you look up to in the business, reach out to them and be like, hey, can you be my accountability partner? If you feel like you don't know who that is, reach out to your leader and we'll help you find somebody, or we can be that person for you, okay? And then we will literally help you build that checklist, okay? It's really going to depend on your day. I'm going to give you an example of my day and what I feel like works for me, okay? I set my alarm in the morning because Riley does not have to be at school till 9:10. My alarm is normally set for like 8:15, 8:15-ish, okay? I normally set it for 8. I normally snooze it till 8:15 because I just like to hit the snooze button. But if you read the whatever, there's a book called like the something in 5-second rule. I don't know. It talks about like not hitting the snooze button. I'm working on it, okay? But I have no problem though setting my alarm for 8, snoozing it, actually getting it up at 8:15, and before I'm out of bed, I typically and what you'll read in that book is you're really not supposed to pick up your phone until you do certain things, like pray, like read your manifesto, like do your daily devotional. I have no problem. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it because I'm, again, working on that. But for me, I have no problem actually doing a few things on my phone and then putting my phone down and then going about the rest of my portion of my morning and getting the stuff done for myself and then coming back to my phone. You'll read a lot of things about how you shouldn't really put technology in your brain right off the bat because it can stress you out and overwhelm you, and that's a whole different situation. And honestly, I agree with that to a certain extent, but also with the 90-day run, like you got to do what you got to do when you have moments. So let's just say you have a small portion of time in the morning. That may be when you need to get stuff done, and you may have to touch your technology, okay? But for me, I set my alarm at 8. I get up at 8:15 before I even get out of bed. I typically get in and I post some type of inspirational post on my Facebook page. I will go in and I'll go to Pinterest, guys. And sometimes I'll create my own quote. Sometimes I'll put it on my own pictures. Putting some type of inspirational positive thing on your page in the morning, you'd be surprised. It'll feel repetitive, but you'll be surprised how many people actually come to your page to look forward to that inspiration, because most people are negative. They're not positive. They're getting up and they're bitching and moaning and complaining and hating their day. So they know that Amanda or Vonnie or Nikki or Barb puts that quote on there. They're like, ooh, they're going to follow you and they're going to go to your page and they're going to see that. So I put an inspirational quote typically, and then I will normally go into the team chat and I will either put like a video or I'll check in to see if anybody put a question. Sometimes I'll put a quote in there. Because guys, like I'm in a lot of different chats. I'm in a diamond chat. I'm in a leaders chat. I have the Team Sutton chat. We have an It Works chat. We have lots of chats that we're responsible for. And so for us, like I check in on those, and then I will normally, I like if I can in that amount of time, if there's any birthdays for the day, I will literally go on and I will like say, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, do you have anything fun planned for the day? And I put it on their profile. I'm going to let Nicole kind of touch base on that. And then I get up and I get Riley ready for school. And while I'm getting Riley ready for school, I don't touch my phone. Like I don't mess with my business. I'm getting her ready for school. I'm packing her lunch. I'm getting her breakfast. I'm taking her to school. I'm whatever. Like that is my daughter time. As soon as I get her home from school to school and I come home, there are lots of times, guys, that I will literally sit in my car because that's when I like get on my phone, and for like an hour I'll find myself sitting in my car working. Like sometimes listening to self-development. Sometimes I'll be responding to messages. Sometimes I'll be responding to people that have said something about the birthday messages. But I use those little blocks of time. Now, if you are, well, before I get to that, during that time she's at school, I try to get as much done as I can. I have like a 5-6 hour period where I can really just do whatever I want, which is a blessing. It wasn't always like that. But if you have kids in school and you are home, you do have that time, okay? And if you do have other kids home with you while those other kids are at school, find times during the day, even if you have other little ones there, you can still work your business, I promise. Montana Long has 3 kids. She homeschooled for a long time. She never left her house, and she started with 89 Facebook friends, and she's a triple, almost presidential diamond. If she can homeschool 3 kids under the age of 5 as a single parent, never leave her house, and build a business and start with 89 Facebook friends, going through a divorce, I promise you, you can do this business, okay? And maybe if you feel like you're struggling with balancing that time, she'd be a good person to reach out and talk to, okay? When my daughter gets home, craziness happens. So there's a lot of time where I'm working my business on and off throughout the day, but when she's home, she has gymnastics, she has swim team, we have errands we have to run. We have different stuff we have to do. We may go to dinner. We may have homework. We may have whatever. We may have family stuff. Totally fine. But again, once she's in bed, and there are times, guys, where Jake has to put her to bed or I put her to bed because we have different leadership stuff we have to be on. We make sacrifices to be in the position we're in, but it's paid off in so many ways, okay? So the checklist thing is going to really help you because we're going to dig in deep with what your day looks like and give you little chunks of time when you can do things. Jade literally breaks it down, guys, okay? So for instance, Jade literally broke down like what your day should consist of, which I love. So like today was self-love, meaning you should do some type of self-development about self-love and then go live about it. While I'm talking about lives, if you've never done a live, and I know there's lots of you that haven't, I know that you haven't, you're hurting your business. I'm going to tell you why. Because my engagement on my Facebook page has blown up since I put that live video of Riley and I dancing like fools on Facebook. Now, I'm not telling you have to go dance in your underwear, okay, with your husband, or you have to do something crazy, but you have to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I found out that there is a new feature on live, so I'm going to share this with you because some of you won't do lives because you don't want your face to be seen. That's why some of you don't show your faces on Zooms, because you just don't want your face to be seen, or you don't want other people to see what you're doing, okay? So if you don't know how to go live on your phone, let me change the lighting on this because I'm sure it's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, so this is my Facebook. Okay, so I'm on my profile, all right, and say I want to go live. You click like you're going to make a status, okay? And when you click go live, okay, so this is what comes up. Amanda Thatcher, you probably don't know about this, so watch this cool little feature because this is badass. I just found out about it. So when you're on here and this happens, you normally would just type in a topic and then you would hit go live. But if you hit this little button down here, this little button right here, it says live audio. And if you click live audio, hold on, I'm doing this by, if you click live audio, do you see how it's like recognizing my voice? You can actually still name it something and click go live, but they will not see your face. They will only hear your voice. So it's almost like a podcast. So like I noticed Jessica Pearson, if you actually listened and watched the one that I put in there for Jessica Pearson, this is what she did. So you can literally like name it something and go live, and you can literally be doing whatever. You could just be talking about whatever whatever it is, your face isn't seen. So some of you who don't want your face to be seen and you want to just talk about something, this still counts as a live video because you're going to get views on it. Okay. I would highly recommend that you do it the normal way, where your face is there, because people love to see you. If you don't want your face to be seen, go live at your kid's sports game. Don't even say a word. Literally turn the camera around, because you can use this little button right here. Okay, see how it's not on my face right now? You can literally turn the camera where it's facing out, like you're videoing something, and go live and say nothing. for like a minute at a sports game, your grandkid's sports game, your kid's sports game, your child's gymnastics practice, a song on the radio that you just love. Like you could literally entitle it, "This Song Gets Me So Excited," and literally just go live where it literally is just showing like the dashboard of your car or you driving, and literally just let 30 seconds of the song play and then end it. You'll get views and more people will be interested. I have like literally, I should go look right now because now I'm really curious. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way because I'm messing up. So the other night, some of you may have not seen it, but Riley and I knew that I was going to get a ton of views on this because guys, this is the number one thing. People are just freaking nosy. So they want to see what you're doing in life. Okay. So I literally have, let me go down to the video. Riley and I have 890 views on that video we took. 890. And I think we did that on Friday night. So 2 nights ago, we have almost 1,000 views. And I can tell you that I have so many likes and comments on my photos because of all those views. When you go live, Facebook recognizes that and they bump your stuff up to the top. So if you're not doing the lives Jade's giving you to do, you're only hurting your business. She's literally giving you those and she's telling you what to do and giving you ideas for a reason because she knows what she's doing. So if you want to be an ambassador one day, do what ambassadors do, okay? She's literally telling you to message people. Okay, so Nicole, I don't know what you're doing right now, so I don't want to just throw you under a bus. So will you tell me in the chat if you are if you're ready to talk, because I want to bring you on and I want you to talk about messaging. And I want you to talk about how you're building your network right now, because that is the biggest thing, guys. So Nicole, when you're ready to jump on here, I want you to just type in the chat you're ready, and then I'll transition into you. I literally, guys, I want to explain something to you because some of you are not messaging people because you don't want to cold message people. So let me explain to you what cold messaging is. Cold messaging is when you go in, there's 2 different ways I would kind of explain this. One, you go into Facebook and you search the name Amanda. You're not friends with them. And you literally just send them a spammy message. "Hey girl, are you interested in being my 90-day product tester?" And you're not even friends with that person on Facebook. That is a cold message. Okay? Okay, that's cool, Nicole. Just tell me when you're ready and I'll transition into you. That's a cold message. It's also sort of cold messagey, okay, to just message a friend on your Facebook page that you have never liked or commented on anything, okay? So when I'm messaging people, every single time, like especially during this like promo that we still have like 3 hours left of, a 90-day challenge, whatever it is, I'm messaging people daily, guys, because honestly, guys, you should be talking to new people every day. So even after this 90-day runs over, you should still be talking to people daily. And you're going to do that by adding new people. And I'm going to have Nicole talk about how to add new people on your Facebook page the right way. You should really only be adding around 10 quality people to your Facebook page daily. Now, some of you don't have a lot of friends on Facebook, so it's going to take you a while to build your network. But that I'm saying adding 10 people on Facebook as friends. That doesn't mean that when you're out to dinner or at the grocery store or at the doctor's office or when you're at your kid's school and you meet new people and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I just think you'd be awesome at what I do. Do you mind if I friend you on Facebook so we can chat?" Or you could even just be like, "I just enjoyed talking to you so much. Could we be friends on Facebook?" Like, however, there's lots of ways that you can add people from being out and about in your everyday life, guys, from blitzing people. But that you can add people like that to your Facebook all the time. But when you're like literally searching for people on Facebook, and I'm going to let Nicole tell you how she does it in different ways, then you should be very careful. You don't want to mass add like 200 people on Facebook because Facebook does not like that. And they drop your stuff to the bottom. They just don't like it. And when you're messaging people that are already your Facebook friends, that's not a cold message, guys. But before you send a message, make sure that you are liking and loving on their stuff. Like literally take a second, go to their page, make sure that they actually are a positive person. If they're not, unfriend them, guys. Like you don't need negative people, okay? If they look trashy, unfriend them. If they have stuff on their page that you can like and comment on, spend a few seconds actually genuinely liking some stuff you like or find interesting, comment on a couple things, and then send them a message and be super genuine, okay? Building that relationship is going to be huge. Okay, Nicole, I want you to unmute yourself, and I want you to talk about how you're building your network, like the different ways we can do that on Facebook, and messaging. Like when you're messaging people, how are you keeping track of and following up with those people?
Can you see me?
I can. Beautiful.
No. There you go. I got to put it real far away. Okay. I was too focused on how I look. What was your question? I'll just be honest.
I love honest. Okay.
My bad. Sorry.
That's okay. I want you to talk about how you're building your network on Facebook, like different ways to do it. Like I know you're in some groups. I know that you know, just how you search for people and how you like recently found that new way of like saying going places and whatever. Talk about how you're building your network, how important that is, and sort of how like when you're messaging people, because I know that you have never really loved to message people. So like you're coming into like doing that more and like learning more about that. Just talk a little bit about that.
Okay. First, let's start with adding friends. So adding friends, I used to just go to like a mutual friend, someone that I had, try to stay 5 or less because you want to make sure you don't have an it works person or someone on your team, and I would, someone's page that looks positive, not sharing a whole bunch of stuff, nothing negative, you would add them. Well, now there's this new option. If you go to discover people and you click on that, any events or activities in your area that you were interested in, people that are also interested in them, it's going to show that they are either going to the event or they're interested in the event. And you can literally click on the event and you can swipe, I think you swipe right, I don't know, swipe right or left, and you can literally add friends. You can see who they are, who their friends are, what they look like. You can even hit view profile, and that's how I add friends. And I try to add about 10 friends a day. And also when I'm adding friends, I'm also trying to delete friends also. If you see people that aren't good for you or very negative, swearing, stuff like that, I'm also trying to delete 5 a day. What else? What else did you ask me?
So when it comes to messaging,
okay,
how do you feel it, like what do you feel like works for you when you're sending messages to people? Like I know we've talked about like cold messaging, warm messaging before, and we've sort of like gotten into like where you're starting to message certain people, but you're doing it in a thoughtful way because we don't want to like be spammy to people. So when you are talking to people and messaging them, let's talk about messaging. If they're asking you a question back, are you spewing a ton of information at them, or are you really only answering the questions they ask and keeping it simple?
No, when somebody messages me, I only answer what they ask. And I try to keep it as short and sweet as possible because nobody wants to read a book. If they see that you sent a million sentences long, they're not going to read it. They're going to like glance over and keep on going. So I try to keep it short and sweet. They ask, what is the Fat Fighters? I literally tell them what the Fat Fighters are in a sentence. I don't give them the cost. I don't give them the cost until they say, well, how much is it? Then I would say, the Fat Fighters retail, at so-and-so, loyal pricing is this. How does that sound? I always end every, message in a question, because if you don't, most likely they're not going to answer you back.
So I'm pretty sure you've signed up like what, 3 DTs this weekend?
Yes.
Okay. So those 3 DTs, did you just like message them Friday and they were like on board, or are these people that you have followed up with and been talking to, or past people that were maybe like loyal customers? Like, did they just like magically just step on your doorstep, or is it following up and being consistent?
It's following up and being consistent. So 2 of the 3 were loyal customers, and they have been, one has been since last year, who hasn't been ordering anymore, but she like will order, and we have a BOGO cleanse or BOGO wraps. And the other one was on the greens, took a few months off, but she still had her auto active. And actually we never talked about the business besides when they signed up as a loyal. The email that I send them talks about how they can join and be a DT if they want to. What I did was Noelle Cruz was doing those online Friday events, and I think she did them 2 Fridays in a row. So about 5 o'clock every Friday before those parties, you know, who wants to win some free products, greens, wraps, whatever I wrote. And they responded that they were interested. So I invited them, they got on that event, and just from listening to Noelle talk about the business, they both messaged me and said, you know, I think I want to do this. And the other girl, she actually had tried the greens and messaged me about how much she loved the chocolate greens. She can't wait to order more. She said her friends at work loved it. And I said, well, have you ever thought about making money instead of, you know, me signing up your girlfriends? What about you doing it? And she's like, yes, I've been thinking about it. And she signed up.
Awesome. So what do you use as far as like when you're following up? I know you're super organized. So if you had to give somebody some tips on how to stay organized and how to do follow-ups, like, do you write a name in your calendar only when you get a date from them? And then do you just continually put their name in your calendar? Or like, say you're like messaging like your A's, kind of like Jade said, how are you going to keep organized with what's going on with that? Are you only going to write down the names that respond to you, or what, and how are you going to do that?
So I only write down names, people that message me or respond to me, or anyone that shows, like, say somebody likes my post on Facebook, and I'll send them a message, hey girl, thanks for love on my greens post. Would you like more information? If they respond back and say, yes, I would, they go in my planner. Now, if they ignore me, they do not go in my planner. If I message somebody and they message me back and they're interested, they go in my planner. They always go in my planner. Most people don't give me dates. I very rarely ever get a date. But if, like, say somebody, we're talking and they disappear, 2 days later, I message them back. A week later, maybe a week later again, and then maybe a month. And I was writing down, like, I would move their name from week to week or month to month. I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm sticking with the month I'm in. All my newbies, you know, get written in there. And every Friday, I do follow-up Fridays, more like follow-up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I follow up every day with whoever's written in my planner. But, so instead of writing them down for the previous month, one Friday a month, I go back and I'll go, like, last Friday I went back and I did August, and I did July, and I did June. Like, I will go back and I will message those people again. And it's funny because some people I haven't heard from in like 4 or 5 months, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I was so busy. Thanks for you know, keep messaging me. I'm so glad that you keep, you know, following up. Because it's not that they're trying to ignore you. Life happens. They don't have the money, or they literally read your message and they forget. You know, they opened it and they just totally forget. So following up is huge. I think that's why I've signed, like, I don't know, 120, 30 loyal customers this year, because I am so big on following up all the time. Following up is huge.
So my question to you is if you had somebody in your team come to you and say, I just don't know who to talk to. I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Like, I just feel stuck and I don't know what to do. What would you say to them?
Have you went through your hundreds list? That's the first thing I would say.
What's a hundreds list? How do I even start putting names on my hundreds list?
Friends and family, anybody you would want to talk about the business, anybody, or you could even call it the chicken soup list. People that when you were sick, you know, who would bring you chicken noodle soup, those people. And then if you've exhausted all those, I mean, have you talked to, you know, your warm market on Facebook? That's huge. And then, I mean, are you posting? Are you posting consistently? At least 3 times a day are you posting? Posting is huge. I can tell you, I've had a lot happen in my life. I mean, in my life, but, you know, in the last year and almost a half that I joined, and I have never skipped a day from posting. Consistency is huge because people don't want to see you post one day and then not post again for a week. They want to see you talking about something every day. It takes someone 7 to 10 times of seeing something before they even will hit the like button or message you on their own.
True. And the biggest thing I think, guys, with with Facebook and with posting is your pictures have to be quality. So I know Nicole started actually taking her own pictures. And do you feel like you're getting more engagement and more like people are engaging more with you now that you're not using a bunch of like you never ever use like spammy stuff, but like you'll see like those spammy pictures and those really bad photo quality pictures. Like, how do you feel like you taking your own pictures has really helped?
I like it so much better. Granted, it takes a little bit more work, you know, instead of just going to Google or some other It Works distributors page and stealing the picture. But I like to watch a lot of training videos, a lot of algorithms. And I'm learning that, low power mode. That I want my own picture, because my own picture, I'm going to get more engagement. I'm going to get more views because it's my original source code. I don't want to go take someone else's picture that somebody else has already used 500, 5,000 times. But not even that. I feel like people want to see it, that you're using it, you're touching it. It's in your house, it's on your counter, you're using it, it's in your hands, you're holding it. I started doing this, I don't know 3-4 weeks ago, I think, making my own pictures, and I wanted to see how it went, and it's been great. I have a whole new list of literally of people that are seeing my posts that I never even knew I was friends with, because I have a lot of friends. And just doing new pictures, not copying and pasting. And if I do feel like I need to copy and paste, like if it's a good DT post and I want to make it my own, I copy and paste it. I put it in my notepad or I text it to myself. Then I change it up and then I put it in Facebook. Because if Facebook knows you're copying and pasting and using somebody else's picture, your visibility is going to be so low, nobody's going to see it. So, having your own pictures is huge. People want to see that you're using the product. You're just not trying to sell it. Because why would they buy something from you that you're not even going to use yourself?
What about like sharing? Have you learned a lot about how sharing messes up the algorithms when you're like, if you're sharing a bunch of stuff on your page, how does that really affect people seeing your stuff?
Yeah, I've never gotten into sharing, but I've learned from watching these videos that sharing is terrible. Sharing will kill your algorithms. It will kill your views. If you are sharing other people's posts, those people that you're sharing for, their engagement's going to be great, but yours is going to get cut down to like minimal. Nobody's going to see your stuff. So sharing is a no-no. Now, if it's something super important and you really want to share, share it, but I would not share more than once, twice a week. If you really have to share something, if it's like super important, super important to your heart, share. But try to like copy the link and make it your own, put it in your post.
Okay, so what else, if anything, do you want to kind of touch on? If there was any tips, like, well, you know what? How do I go into this? Kind of talking about your checklist. And I kind of, like, guys, like, I'm going to just give you an example of, and this is not to put anybody down, but I literally want to read this to you, okay? So we were sitting, Nicole and I some of you may not know Nicole's story, and without going into too much detail and taking up too much time, guys, like she was a loyal who I originally was like, hey, you should just join the business. And she was like, nah, I'll just be a loyal. And she was a loyal for like a month. And then she was like, I'm going to school. I have student teaching. I have all this stuff I have to do. I don't have time. And now not that she doesn't want to be able to probably finish that degree, but like she wants to use that degree probably from home, and she wants to be able to have more kids, and she wants to, she loves being home now. Like she drank the Kool-Aid, and now she's like, I'm not giving the Kool-Aid up because the Kool-Aid tastes amazing. And she didn't get to Diamond by not putting in the work. And like when she says she's been through some stuff, guys, you don't see any of the behind the scenes stuff. Like Nicole and I are together a lot. And so I'm not choosing to showcase her because she's better than you by any means. But I want to point out that I spend a lot of time with Nicole, and the stuff that this girl goes through on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, the stuff that she's been through and the stuff that she does for her business every day, in all honesty, there are days she blows me out of the water. Okay, so I have no doubt that there is 100% possibility that she can blow past me in rank, because you have the right people working on your team, a lot of stuff can happen. And if you've had people quit on your team, quit on themselves, you need to have 5 minutes, cry it out, bitch about it, vent about it, talk to somebody about it, and then pull your big girl panties on and decide that those people don't get to decide your future. We've had lots of people quit on our team. That doesn't mean that I am going to quit on my team and I'm going to quit on myself and our dreams. If you want this, whether you have nobody on your team, whether you've had a ton of people quit on your team, whether you have a thriving team, you have to understand that it is your responsibility to build your team and to work your business and it is totally fine to have moments where you are like sad about it. Okay. But I want to literally read to you when I asked Nicole, we were at Rockneys and I said, hey, do me a favor, write down a checklist of what you do in a day. And she goes, well, I don't really follow it like that. I just kind of just do it. And I was like, okay, well, not all of us are cool like you and just do it. Oh, can you write it down for me? Because I want to know. This is what she wrote down she does in a day. And this is really not in any particular order. Okay. So she makes her shake and she takes her supplement because she is extremely consistent with being a product of the product. Okay. She posts a daily quote. She posts about products, the business, and a personal post. So she's making posts throughout the day that are hitting all different aspects of this business. And I'm reading this to you because I literally took a picture of this checklist. Okay. She checks messages and her notifications. She posts, she makes her morning post. She returns any messages that she has from team or from people that she's reached out to. She engages on posts and likes and loves on them, which I want to come back to that. She sends out follow-up messages, and this is daily. So you'll hear people say like follow-up Friday. That's totally, yes, that's true. But guys, we should have follow-ups more than just on Fridays, okay? She watches trainings, Zooms. She does power hours. She posts on her stories. Like there's a Facebook story. There's an Instagram story. There's Snapchat. She posts on those because that gets some engagement on your pages. She listens to self-development. She deletes bad friends as like she said, new ones. She always goes and looks at the interested on going to events because that's how she's building her network. She logs into her eSuite every day. She's checking declines and orders that people put in. She's checking in on her loyal customers that need checked in on. She's making product pictures. So she may be taking pictures and editing them so that she has product pictures. She's mailing out product guides to new loyal customers. She's reaching out to new team and training them. And that's just stuff that she's wrote down on a list. And I'm sure that there's more stuff she probably does, but she didn't even like think about it at the time. She's doing that stuff daily. She's making it a point to post on Facebook. The biggest thing about posting, guys, people love stories. They are going to relate to your struggle more than your success. And I'm not good enough with this, but I truly believe that we need to be sharing different people's testimonies. So just look at how many people are on here, 12 people that are on here right now. If you literally reached out to every single person on this Zoom, okay, and you were like, okay, Deb, can you please write up like a short little testimony about what this business has done for you so far? Hey, Amanda, can you write down what this has done for you, like your story, your testimony on this? You're going to get different people's testimonies. Like Nicole's as a loyal customer, the greens and the probiotic have been huge for her. She loves the shake. If you've never tried the shake, guys, okay, find somebody within our team or sideline that loves a product, ask them for their testimony, and post about it. Because if you like aren't passionate about the hair, skin, and nails, that doesn't mean you won't find people that need the hair, skin, and nails. Find other people and share other people's testimonies, whether it's about the business and what the business has done for them. Like Melody. Melody is on here. She literally lives in Texas, guys. She was in that Hurricane Harvey. She's on a Zoom, and she hasn't been able to work except from her cell phone. There's a lot of you that say you want this business, but you really don't. Like you say you want it, but you haven't been in a position where you really want it bad enough. Maybe you have a spouse that works and you just really don't need the money, like you're like getting by and that's kind of what you're used to, so you really just don't need it, like you have to decide how much you need this. Like, what happens if you were Melody and you're literally, your house got washed away, or like you couldn't work and you broke your leg and you couldn't go to work? Guess what people can do from their phone, guys? And some of you don't want to ever quit your job, and it's totally fine. And I'm not scolding you. I'm just literally saying that I know and I can see by effort put in and by time that I put into people that are not putting it back in. You either want this or you don't. You either have decided that you need this extra $200, $2,000, you need that, you want to quit your job, and you're like, listen, I need to get my priorities in check, because that's kind of the same thing when we talk to people, guys, about the $99. We talk to them and we're like, guys, yeah, it's $99, that's it. Oh, I don't have the money. Really? Like if you like were a fly on their wall, they had a 6-pack that they just went and bought, and they have no problem going out to dinner, and their hair was just done more than mine gets done, and I can afford to get mine done, and I just don't go get it done. Like there are people getting their hair done and nails done and going to dinner all the time and saying that they don't have money, and they do, but they just don't see the value in this business. And guys, you are blessed enough that you already have this business at your fingertips. Like you are literally holding gold in your hand. And you're going to be ticked when you see people on your Facebook or friends join different companies. And I'm sure some of you might have already seen that. Like you're like, man, this girl, I thought she'd be awesome at this. I have a best friend in this business. Well, not this business, but in network marketing. I came to her when I started this business, and I said something to her about doing this with me. Do you know what she does? She does Advocare. I love her to death, but she has had no success in Advocare. Now, that could be partially due to the fact that she hasn't put the effort in. It could be the vehicle she's trying to use to make that income. I don't put down other network marketing companies. Like I don't do that in general. I won't be like, oh my gosh, why do you? I feel like I'm confident enough about our CEO, our company, what our company stands for, our products, that we don't have to put down other companies. But you have to understand, you have to plug yourself in enough. If you watched Jade's video the other day, she pretty much said, she was like, guys, I get questions all the time like, hey, can you make a video? Or, hey, like, I just feel really out of it. What can I do to get motivated? And she's like, I can't motivate you. If you're not motivated by the fact that this can literally make you $500 a month from your cell phone, or this could literally help you quit your job, or this literally can do amazing things for you. Like if that doesn't excite you, if that doesn't get you excited, first of all, you need to get to an event, because I can tell you an event will get your blood pumping and it'll like literally knock you in the ass. And if you notice, Jake and I go to a lot of events, and that's because I need that. Like I need that many events to fill my cup up, because I have made the best of friends in this business, and I've met some amazing people because of events. And some of you are going to be like, I can't afford that. Well, we are literally offering to carpool everybody and split a big car and split hotel and go to Nashville for a $20 event. It's $20. They have them all over. They have them in Michigan a lot. And they have a lot of different things that you can go to. And if you're not local, there's events local to you. Events are huge, guys. Just getting on Zooms is huge. Getting around like-minded people, because we all have a common goal. We all want to better our lives. We all want to make more money. We all want to not struggle. We all want to not hate getting up every day. We all want to feel better. We all want to do more for our kids. Like, guys, if I literally told Jake the other day that I need to go live and I really need to talk about our story in more depth, because like, you know, we talk about the fact that like he had a drug problem and like my mom's a drug addict, but like we don't go into detail. Because if I told you the shit that I had to deal with all the time, you actually heard what some of these other people on this Zoom right now are dealing with all the time, you would be like, damn, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, wake up every day and know that you are seriously made for so much more. And do not let anybody tell you you're not. Like, literally. Like, that, you have to do self-development every day. If you do nothing for your business, and I'm just going to be real because some of you don't do anything for it every day anyway. So if you do one thing for yourself in your business every day, you need to do self-development. And don't tell me you don't have time, because y'all cook. And if you don't cook, you're cleaning at some point. And if you're not cleaning, y'all sit down to pee. I know you do. Or you're taking a shower, or you're doing your makeup, or you're in the car, or you're at home when your kids are at school. You have to do self-development. You can literally get on YouTube and be like, inspirational videos, motivational videos, I am worth more videos, like literally search for what you're thinking of, or I don't know, self-love videos. Like, and if you don't know what to search for, you can find, just look up self-development. You'll find a billion things. Like literally, guys, Google and YouTube. I heard some girl the other day, I don't even know where I was. I think it was somebody in my family. She was like, I deleted YouTube off my phone because it's the devil. And I was like, I just couldn't. I was just like, yeah, well, social media can be the devil if you let it be, but I can't even. Like, I was like, really? You think YouTube is the devil? Like, because YouTube inspires me all the time. Like, I don't know what you're looking at on YouTube, but maybe you're searching the wrong thing, guys. You know what? You want a kick in the ass? For all of you that need a kick in the ass, search Tony Robbins and be prepared to hear the word fuck about 10, 12 times, because he is a very passionate, sometimes he curses, but he will kick your butt. He will be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Because a lot of you wake up every day and you feel like you literally wake up and you're like, ooh, I can't wait to see what video Steph puts in there. Ooh, I can't wait for Amanda to throw in that quote. I can't wait for Nicole to throw in that video, because, ooh, when I watch that video, ooh, it's on, let's do it. But you're not disciplined enough to just do it yourself. If you do one thing for yourself every day, do self-development. If you quit this business and decide it's not for you, still do self-development, because you should be working on being a better version of yourself, for you, for your kids, for your spouse, for everything. That is all we're trying to do, guys. Every single day we should be trying to be a better version of ourselves, not try to be like Nicole or be like Amanda or be like me, because we'll never be those people, because I'm not Nicole. I will never be as organized as Nicole, because that's not how I am. I will never be as yellow as Mariah, because I'm not a very yellow personality. I am yellow with animals. I'm yellow with sick people. I'm yellow with old people. I'm yellow with some kids. I'm yellow with people who are struggling, but I am not yellow with people that are like, well, I can't get on the Zoom because I have the sniffles. You don't want to know what I'm thinking. I stubbed my toe on the bed today. I can't make it. Stop. Okay? Like, I am red. And I am not red to be mean. I am red to literally tell you guys that, like, nothing I'm going to say tonight is going to make you work. It's just only going to, if anything, inspire you to be like, damn, I got one thing out of that whole hour and a half she babbled for, and it was this. And that makes me feel better. And that stuck with me. I get on Zooms all the time, where a lot of times, guys, they'll talk like leadership Zooms. A lot of it's the same thing over and over again, but I grab always at least one thing that will like be like, man, that like, okay, I related to her, or man, that really made me think. Like, sometimes this is uncomfortable. Like, you have to really check yourself, and you have to be like, damn. Like, I know that while Jake's been gone on this men's leadership retreat, which I would really love to get him on a Zoom with all of us again and kind of just share from a man's perspective what he's learned. Because he was literally with like 100, 150 men, most in this business, not all of them. And they literally were like out in the woods in Missouri in this like RV cabin, like singing like gospel songs, but also drinking and karaokeing. And they had speakers, and they had, Joel Dunn was there. Like Blair and Mel McFarland, who are doing the Nashville boot camp, they were the very first ambassadors ever in this company. If you don't know that, they're our upline above Chad and Jaree. Like, we have a badass upline. Jake was literally like driving back from this special dinner with Blair and like talking to them. And like, he met some really cool people. I don't know if you know who Carrie Bauer is. Carrie Bauer just hit the Millionaires Club. She's, not Bauer, Carrie Young. Okay. Carrie Young. Was that her maiden name? Okay. I was like, I feel like I'm messing up. Her name's Carrie Young. She's blonde. She's beautiful. Her husband's name is Tay. And Jake was like, he was probably one of my favorite people I got to sit down with for like an hour. He's extremely yellow. He's extremely religious. And like, he learned so much that I'm sure he could probably share with you guys. And I'd love for him from a male perspective. Like, guys, you don't understand. Like, I literally go to bed every night. I literally say a prayer with Riley every day. I literally will pray. Like, we'll pray at dinner with Riley. And like, whether it's me, Jake, or Riley, we are always praying for you guys. Like, always. Like, we are literally always praying for you guys. And some of you don't pray for yourselves. So I want you to know that as much as it sounds like I'm scolding you right now, it's coming from a place of love, because I probably want this for some of you more than you want it for yourself. And I just want you to know that we really believe in you. Like, there are teams that do not do Zooms, and I don't get on here and do this to like, because I have nothing else to do. I do this because I really love you guys, and I really want you guys to want this for yourself. And I want you guys to know that we believe in you, like, so much, like to the point where it brings me to tears. Like, I want this for so many of you, and so many of you have worked your asses off to be able to be in this business. And I want this for you. And it's going to take work, guys. Nothing worth having is not work. Like, some people think that Jake and I's marriage is like the biggest scam ever, because they're like, they look so happy all the time. Well, we are happy. Okay. One, P.S., because that's possible. Okay. But I sometimes want to smack the shit out of him because he can drive me batshit crazy. Some of you have witnessed me wanting to slap him batshit crazy. Guess what? I'm not fake. Okay. I'm 100% real with that. But I put a lot of freaking work into my marriage, and it's successful and happy because I put work into it. Does that mean that there's not bumps in the road? Does that mean that there are some days where I'm like, damn, I am so excited for him to go mow today? Woo! I cannot wait for him to go mow because I need some mommy time. I'll get my nails done. I'm going to go do this. But 99% of the time, guys, I want to be around my husband every day of my life. I love him. I missed him so bad being gone 3.5 days. And I really think the only reason I survived without crying about it is because I knew he was literally doing something to better our family and better our business and come back and just pour into you guys and like be a better leader. And like, we really want that for you. So I know we got a little off track, but Amanda, in a second, I want you to kind of jump on, and I just kind of I want you to share your heart for a few minutes because I know you have to be there soon. But Nicole, real quick, can you jump back on and talk about real quick about the loving and engaging on people's posts, and how you feel like that's changed? Because I know that with what we've like learned a little bit, like it's huge because it's social media. So if we're not being social with people, people aren't seeing our stuff.
Okay. Yeah. And I wanted to add this too. Like when she was talking about my, the schedule I kind of laid out there, I'm not doing this business. Oh, hold on. 10% on my phone. Okay. My phone never gets this low. I always have it charging. I'm slacking. So I'm not doing this business like from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. Some of you know I go to bed very early. Like I'm usually in bed by now. Stephanie knows. She'll message me half the time and I don't get it till the next morning. And I get up really early with my daughter. She goes to school early. But like when I get up in the morning, I don't touch my phone. I don't do anything. When I get my daughter to school at 8 a.m., that's when I start, I'll do my quote, and that's when I start my posting. And I'll work throughout the day while she's at school. The stuff that I'm doing does not take long. And then when I pick her up, at 2:40, I devote most of my time from 2:40 till when she goes to bed at 8 p.m. or 7:30. I don't get on my phone unless maybe she's playing with the neighbors or she's got homework and she's upstairs. I may get on and check, but I'm not constantly on my phone. I pick, 20-minute spurts here and there to get my stuff done. Then when she goes to bed, that's when I get on and I'll hop on a training if I can, or I, do my posts, I do my messages. Now, when I'm driving throughout the day, that's when I listen to my self-development, or I listen to my learning Zooms. I listen to the algorithm videos that I watch. But back to the engagement thing. This is huge. I've always kind of scrolled Facebook just for this business. I hate to scroll. I don't really care. I don't like it. But I've always scrolled because you have to. But about 3-4 weeks ago when I learned all these algorithm changes, I started scrolling. I scroll all the time now. And just for 5 minutes here or there, I go to my most recent feeds, and I will actually I don't like anything anymore. I love everything. And then I try to comment on, 2 or 3 posts here and there, because that brings up your engagement. And when you're, communicating back and forth, you're going to be seen more. Facebook wants you to interact. If you're not interacting, nobody's going to see your post at all. And I believe this so much. I mean, it's crazy how my engagement has went through the roof by just, throughout the day when I get 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, I literally get on and will love 20 people's stuff, comment on a few, and then I'm done. That's literally all I do. And also I learned, I don't know if you're using Facebook story or Instagram story, but it's huge. It weighs like 17% in the algorithms. It's huge. So if you're not using it and want to learn how to use it, I mean, shoot me a message. I will totally tell you guys how to do it. It's so good. It's so good for your business. And also those Facebook stories you see on top, if you click it and it runs through the stories, you should try to do that once a day. Because if you don't even have to watch it, just hit, let it play and set your phone down. That's what I do. Like with Instagram, I can never make it through my stories. I let it sit when I'm driving down the road because
let me interrupt you. So I don't know this. I didn't know this, or maybe I didn't pay attention when you told me this. So if you just click on their story and watch their stories, that counts as engagement?
Oh yeah. They're going to pop up on yours and you're going to pop up on theirs. Oh yeah.
So that's an easy way to really get engagement. You just click it and let it go.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay. Yep. And there's not that many people using Facebook stories. I mean, like my Facebook story literally takes a couple minutes to go through. It's not long, but like Instagram, everybody uses Instagram story. But if you just let it run, just for a few minutes, you're going to get so many people, popping up in your news feeds, and you're going to pop up in their news feeds. And that's what you want. That's just a super, simple way of engaging with people.
Just to throw this out there, I just saw it put in the Diamond chat because we're on here and we're not on the team call.
Oh.
Mark extended the $500 shopping spree through the 16th.
Oh, that's awesome.
So all of you people who have not been messaging, now you get a whole nother week to just to make it happen. And if you really are sitting there, guys, not messaging and not doing lives, and you really honestly want to be honest with yourself, and you're like, listen, I'm not doing it, I need some help with it, reach out to your leaders and we will literally help you and walk you through it. Okay. And I know you're getting ready to leave. Will you hop on here and kind of just share anything that you want to share, really about anything in general, or tips and stuff? Like, I know you are amazing at live videos. You've jumped in with lives for a long time, even when your phone, I remember when your phone wouldn't let you go live and you were like, this is stupid. Like, I will go live and I can't go live. So I immediately thought of you, even though we have no problem going live. As soon as I saw that audio option, I was like, ooh, I bet Amanda doesn't know about that yet. I mean, cause it just kind of I don't know, maybe if you want it to be well, first of all, maybe I don't give a shit what I look like. Y'all know, if you look at my live, sometimes I know people get on my page and they're like, is that the same girl that was live yesterday with their hair down and makeup on? Cause I look like a completely different person when I shower and do all this. But if I like the fact that we don't necessarily have to look, if we're like, ew, I just want to talk about something, it's almost like a podcast, which is sort of cool because really you could kind of brand yourself if you guys wanted to. You could be it could be total It Works related. It could be Mommy Mondays, and you could literally get on there and do a couple minute podcast live about being a mom, a funny thing that happened, because I know every day of my life there's something going on as a mom. So Amanda, I just want you to share a little, because for all of you that don't really know a lot about Amanda, she's been in business for February will be 2 years, so about a year and a half, and she is amazingly going to events and staying plugged in. She is a busy mom, and she has been one of those people, in all honesty, that has had some people come in and out of this business, and without sharing too much about her, I'm sure defeated at a certain point, and I really just feel she's one of those people who won that trip to go to Las Vegas, and I felt like we got so much closer in Las Vegas, and I just girl. So I just really want you to share whatever you tips, tricks, anything that's on your heart, anything.
I will say live videos are huge. Sorry guys, I'm literally walking out the door. I don't like my teeth. I don't like a lot of things about myself. But going live is huge. My kids love the chocolate greens, so almost every morning before they go to school, we do a live real quick. Stephanie is right. I have felt defeated, and actually right now is kind of one of those times. And it's not necessarily with the business, it's just with my life in general. And I'm not saying I don't work my business lately, but has it been a priority like it should be for starting a 90-day run? No, I'm just being transparent right now. It hasn't. Do I not do anything for my business? No, never. There's never a day that goes by that I don't do something for my business. Is it everything that Nicole does? Probably not. But I'm not organized like Nicole at all. I am very squirrely. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old and an almost 15-year-old, a man, like a lot of friends that have just put me in a lot of positions, and God is showing me that they don't need to be there anymore. I need to put God in my life a little bit more. I've never been baptized. My kids have never been baptized, and that's something that through this business I have realized that I want all 4 of us to be able to do together. I'm kind of rambling all over the place. So I do get more work done at work than I do at home. On the nights that I work, I'm an STNA, but because of this business, I only have to work 2 or 3 nights a week. Am I making extra money, like to where we can go on vacation? No, because I'm not working full time. I cut my hours back so I could be home more, but this business has allowed me to do that. So anything else you want me to touch on?
So real quick about events, because honestly, I know you're going to Nashville. You have been one of those people from the beginning that have been very present with events. So touch on events, because conference, and honestly, guys, with all this stuff happening in Florida, I really hope that our corporate office does not get blasted and just like destroyed. I know that you guys are not in our diamond chat, but Noelle was saying that the Pentecost family got on I think their private jet and flew to Michigan like 3 days ago. I think after they got everything together with corporate. I think the Patillos and Pam are somewhere in Florida, bunkered down. I do know that we do have customer service in different places, and our main shipping place I think is in Georgia, so we should be fine. But like, guys, conference is in February. I think it's the 1st through the 3rd, and I really want Amanda to sort of kind of touch on conference, or just not so much conference, but because she's making it a point. Like she said, she's been able to now work this business as like, so she can be home more. So it's like a trade-off, but it will eventually be that factor where it's making her like a lot of money and really changing her life. And it's not always the money. I would say like just the simple fact that she's talking about God and like what has those, those goals now for her family. If that was the only thing she got out of this business was being able to have God be something present in her family's life, that would be worth more than money. So I think the fact that being at events is a huge thing. And I know with conference coming up, we're going to start talking about it. So can you sort of talk about what events do for you?
Yes. I'm going to be dark because I'm going to start driving. I started, like Stephanie said, February of last year, and my first event was in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I was super excited because I had friends up there. I'm like, going to this event, we can see our friends, plus go to this event. And that first event, you guys, I think I was in tears for over half of it. Like, just amazing. We're on food stamps. We struggle paycheck to paycheck. And Alyssa Bayou got up there and started talking how she was an ambassador, and she started crying. And, she was on food stamps, and she was a young mom, and just all this stuff. Like, there is, oh God, I kind of turned when I wasn't supposed to. The events are just absolutely huge, because even like a small one in Michigan can be more mind-blowing than conference. So just because it's a small event doesn't mean that it's a waste of your time. I think I've been to Michigan twice, Nashville, Florida twice, Bowling Green. Probably I would say like 6-7 events in the past year and a half. And my mom gets mad at me because she's like, "You never take your kids on none of these vacations you're going on." And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's not vacation. It's literally for my business." But I make it work with my kids, figure out how they're going to get home from school to school, because my son's open enrolled. We don't have a bus stop, and my man works 7 to 3 every day. So I even have a problem with sometimes having mom guilt and letting my kids kind of be my excuse, like, "Oh, they're being crazy right now. I can't get on this Zoom," or I've done it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect, but we just all have to throw our excuses out the window, including myself sometimes. So that's what I got.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do want to really just say that, like, Amanda has been one of those people that have been with us for a very long time, and I know that she's an It Works lifer. And guys, to be 100% transparent, guys, this is network marketing. So you're going to have people come in your business and you're going to have people come out of your business. Some of you have probably enrolled people and you're like, none of them work. And I'm like, I know. And like, let's be real. You see how many people are in Team Sutton, guys. We have over like 400 people on our team. And out of 400 people on our team, 12 of you decided to get on tonight. So you should be extremely proud of yourself for making that a priority, 1. 2, you have to understand that, guys, it really only takes 5 people that really want this to take you to the top. And I already know that Amanda, I already know that Nicole are going to be 2 of those people. I know it. They just have the grit that they just want this in life. Like, they just do. They want, and when I say take you to the top, like, that's not to say like, oh my gosh, I get to be ambassador because you understand they can be ambassador before me. Like, it's totally possible, guys. That's the beautiful thing about this business, is that you literally have no ceiling to this. Like, obviously we're not going to be Mark Pentecost, but he gives us every opportunity to run with this as fast as you want. And you can do and have whatever you want with this. Like, literally, Jake is already talking about a mission trip that he wants us to go on next year because of all this stuff that he learned while he was there. Like, guys, that's a really big deal because, like, Jake didn't really have God's life before he met me. And then we have never been super crazy religious until really, like, after we had Riley. And then it's just developed so much more with this business. And I just love the fact that, like, guys, our leadership, I just want you to know we are always here for you. I want you to stay present in those chats. Sometimes I know some people find it super annoying, but just know that, like, we don't have to do those. And to be honest with you, Chad is in the Team Sutton chat, and he says that there are not many people that have team chats like we do. And we have a culture within our team already that I am very excited and proud about, because can you imagine if Team Sutton didn't exist? You guys would never know anything about one another. Don't. Please go upstairs. Please go upstairs. You guys would never know anything about one another. You wouldn't even know unless you got on Zooms who was on the team, because you would only have Black Diamond. And some of you don't even plug into the Black Diamond page as much when there's literally a ton of stuff at your disposal. So I just want you to know, guys, like, when you're feeling discouraged and down, just understand it literally starts with one. Like, it literally starts with one person. Get up every day.
And real quick.
Yes.
With the $9.99 deal, I had 31 people that signed up. 31. And hold on, I'm looking. Not a single one of them are on here. I have one person, which is Barb Esway, I love you, girl, who is on here that is on my team. And I signed up 31 in 6 days. Okay. And it's discouraging sometimes. But like Stephanie said, you have to pull up your big girl panties and you just have to move forward, because not everybody is made for this business. Everybody may have signed up for the $9.99, and a year from now, they may blow out the water. Like, oh, I'm ready for it now. And who am I to not be here for them when they're ready? That's it. I got to go in.
Okay, thank you, girl. Guys, like, seriously, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but like she said, I mean, we signed up probably 38 people for that $9.99 promo, and maybe 3 or 4 people are dabbling, and that's great. But like she said, in all honesty, guys, this network marketing is not for everybody, okay? It just isn't. So I feel like there was a comment made in the Diamond chat the other day that I really loved, because somebody got in there, and I don't know who it was, but they were like, I have a new distributor who's having some negative feedback from sending messages, blah, 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 blah. What do I say? And Laurel Greider, who is a double in this business, said, you have to take the emotion out of the response. Like, take the emotion out of what they're going to say back to you. Your job is to not defend what you're doing. Your job is to not don't put emotion into how they respond. So if somebody responds back to you and says they're not interested, that's fine. Move on. Because if somebody messaged me today about selling lipstick, I wouldn't be interested. You can be polite about not being interested, which we all wish everybody was polite. But guys, you're going to reach out to that person if you literally talk to most people who have success in this business, they had no idea that this business could really do for them what it does now. So whatever your why was for getting started, just like Amanda said, you have to be like, thank you for saying that, Melody. Like, I appreciate that, because like, if you haven't seen that in the chat, guys, she just said, I haven't been involved with my works business in the last 2 months. If Stephanie didn't reach out to me tonight while I was doing homework, I wouldn't be on this Zoom. And this Zoom is inspiring me all over again. Guys, I cannot express to you enough how much staying plugged in whatever that way, shape, or form that means to you, whether you find a person you really, really, really love to watch. Like, I love watching Jessica Pearson. She's super red and she motivates the crap out of me. Okay. Who else? I love Jade Hooper. I feel like Jade Hooper and I are like the same person without me like whipping my boob out and breastfeeding my kid all the time. Like, she is like, we're literally like the same spirit animal, because like, we literally are like, she'll say things and I'm like, oh my God, I was just thinking that. Like, literally, guys, find somebody that you really look up to in this business, a sideline, a person on your upline, somebody on Black Diamond, somebody you click with. And I know Amanda Thatcher has made some amazing friends from going to events that are sidelined to us. Like, she's really good friends and talks to some other people that she met through events that she would never have known if she wouldn't have gone to those events, guys. And so just know like that you're not alone. And when you feel like you're not getting anywhere in this business, first of all, evaluate what you're doing every day for your business and be honest with yourself. Second of all, you need to pray about it. If you're a Christian, if you're not, okay, but you need to pray about it, or whatever you need to do. Like you need to believe in yourself. That's why Jade tells us to do self-love on Sundays, because we need to do self-love for ourselves every single day. You have to love yourself. You have to better yourself before you can be better for somebody else. So remember, this literally starts with one person, guys. This is, you could reach out to somebody and feel discouraged, and that one person could come into this business and change everything. Like, there are people, like, just like Amanda said, that could come back in 9 months. And there are lots of stories in this business too, guys, where people were like Brooke Phillips, who was a presidential diamond, is a perfect example of that. She started this business because she needed it. She got to like $500 and she like dabbled in it around that. And then she really didn't do anything for 9 months. She was literally getting ready to quit this business when something kicked her in the ass. And I think it might have been her husband that was like, oh, you're going to quit? You're going to quit? Because that'll get you far. And then something happened and somebody had a conversation with her. And literally, like, within 4 months, she went from like ruby to like double diamond. And now she's a presidential. Like, literally, I love that. Isn't Brooke Phillips amazing? I just love Brooke. She's so awesome. And guys, you got to find somebody you relate to. Like, you may not relate to me, and that's totally fine. But you have to find somebody you really relate to. And that's why I always encourage you guys to get on other people's Zooms, because you can only hear from me so many times. Like, I love when Misty does Zooms. I love when Mary does Zooms. I love when Jeree and Chad do their calls and their team calls. Once in a while, Brooke will go live and Jade will go live now. And you guys get, and Noelle, like, you guys will get all these people. Like, I always encourage you guys to get on other people's stuff, because you can only hear from me so much. You're going to relate to somebody, like, and you're going to, like, I could honestly never quit this business. Even if my paycheck dropped to $500 a month, I would never quit this business because of the friendships and the people and the experiences I have gotten, and that I will never let go. It's like a marriage. Like, I could just never let it go. Like, I can't imagine not doing life with so many of you. I can't imagine not doing life with the people I get to do life with. And you guys can have whatever you want this business to do for you. You just have to pray about it. You have to believe it, and you have to do it. And honestly, no one can motivate you. You have to motivate yourself every day. And just know, just like Amanda and Nicole said, we're all different. We are seriously all different, and we all are going to work this business in different ways. And you don't have to work the business just like Amanda or like me or like Nicole or like Jeree or whatever. But like, honestly, for those of you that are in that 90-day run and you're in that 30-day push with Jade, you need to literally like just latch yourself on to everything she tells you to do and do it, and watch how it changes. Watch where your business is at in 90 days. And if you literally sit there in 90 days and in another 90 days and nothing has happened, then you're really not working your business, because it is impossible for you to not grow as a person, as a leader, your business. It is impossible for all of that to happen, like not happen, if you're doing it. So If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself or put it in the chat. I'll give it a second. And if not, then like I said, if you want a checklist that is catered to you and you're like really serious about it and you want me or your leader to like really help you with that and find something super realistic that you can do every day, private message me and I will help you, or your leader will help you, because I can tell you, I think if you're a checklist person, if you think that would help you, we are more than willing to like give you ideas for that, because I know that me personally, when I heard Jade going over one of her checklists one day, I was like, holy, like, wow. Because if you see that checklist in front of you and you like evaluate it at the end of the day, you're either going to be like, man, I am awesome, or holy crap, I suck today. And that's like a way to like really evaluate you, like for yourself. Like if you didn't do self-development, it's like, ugh, like that should be the first thing you make sure you do every day, guys. Self-development, whatever it is. Like a lot of times I actually like to do self-development at night because I feel drained for the day. I typically wake up fine. Like I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like I typically wake up fine. At night is when I'm just like, oh, and sometimes like guys, it can be draining, like just life in general. So find whenever that is throughout your day. And yes, Melody, we can chat after. Just message me. We can totally chat. Guys, we're here for all of you, and I am going to close this up. You're very welcome, Barb. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to pray for you guys real quick, and then I'll stop this recording. So if any of you are not religious and you don't want to be on here, you're more than welcome to hop off, but I always like to pray because I do. Okay, Father, thank you so much for bringing all of these amazing women onto this Zoom tonight. Thank you for speaking hopefully through me, so that please let something I said today speak to them, help them to be able to find what they need to do for their business and for their life and for themselves. And I just pray for each and every single one of them that you just help them, give them the strength and the courage, and to not let fear overcome them. Help them with whatever they're struggling with, whatever that they need in life or with this business. Help them to just find those answers and find those people that they need. Help them reach those goals and be able to get the tasks done that they want to do every single day. Help them to be able to just improve themselves and to not play the comparison game and to just believe in themselves. Help them to wake up every day with a fire in their belly to just want more out of life in whatever way, shape, or form that is for them. And just help all of us to be able to please use us to bring the people to us that we need to be able to touch, and help us to be able to work your work in your way and to just help people and to help us to bring those people to us. We pray and we are expecting you to bring those people to us that need this business, that need these products, and help us to change lives and do that through you and to honor you. And I just thank you for each and every single person on here and everybody who watches this replay. And I just pray that you be with us during this 90-day run. We're expecting amazing things, and we know that you're going to make that happen for us. So in Jesus' name we pray, amen. Okay, guys, I hope you have an amazing night. Thank you for hopping on. I will put the replay. It takes a minute to upload, so I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to